Hi, thank you for tuning in. This is Dave Usinski, and this is my tornado chase on July 10th, 2024 in Eden, New York. This is the National Weather Service's damage survey. They estimated the tornado was an EF2 with 115-mile-an-hour winds. And the location started near Jennings Road and ended right where I was on East Eden Road. So here's a map showing the path, and you can see it basically started south of Eden and moved northeast towards my location. So my location is where the arrow is pointing, where I'm going to be filming this. I got there from 219 Rice Hill Road, Zenner Road, and I'm located at the corner of Zenner and East Eden Roads. And I'll be driving north on East Eden Road to where the tornado crosses right in front of me. Next, I have a radar loop from my phone radar scope. You can see I'm located in the northeast corner of the tornado warning polygon, and the storm is heading right towards me. So I'm in a perfect location. And the storm has the classic hook shape, which is indicative of a rotating supercell. In the next segment, you'll see that this is where I'm looking west-southwest, sitting at the corner of Zenner and East Eden Road. And the tornado is about to begin. Didn't take long for this to start putting down a tornado off in the distance. So let's watch. I do apologize for the shakiness, as this is zoomed in 3 times from the raw video that I posted earlier, so that we can get a better view of the tornado. Hand holding a GoPro and trying to record is, in retrospect, not the best idea. Alright, so you can see that the tornado already spun up a little bit. That was probably down by Jennings Road. From where I'm looking southwest. And you can definitely see the rotation in the storm. I don't know if you noticed that in the back it's going south, and in the foreground it's going north. And you can see these little spin-ups, these little vortices. And you're going to see soon here that the tornado condenses. And you can see the condensation funnel all the way to the ground as it's getting stronger. It is amazing how quickly this storm produced a strong tornado. All right, at this point, I start driving. And so this is where things become a bit interesting, trying to keep the camera centered on the tornado while I'm driving and holding it freehand. So I used Capcut, which is a video editing software, to um, help stabilize the film. Okay, you can see this tornado is really getting going. You can see the structure above it, the entire rotating wall cloud. Unfortunately, there's houses and trees in the foreground. Here we get a good view of probably when it was its strongest. The whole wall cloud is rotating. You can also see some debris being lofted. Thank goodness there wasn't any traffic behind me heading north on East Eden Road, allowing me to drive at my own pace while I parallel the tornado. So the tornado can still be on the ground even if you don't notice a full condensation funnel, but you have to have a visual of the debris field on the ground, or the debris being lofted, which I can't at this vantage point, but according to the survey team, it did stay on the ground for about 3.2 miles. All right, this is a good scene here coming up. So this is pretty strong because it's actually kicking up dirt, maybe scouring some fields. You can see here the winds are picking up as the inflow into this storm is getting closer to me. And of course it starts raining, and you will see nice raindrops on my side window, unfortunately. You can still see the tornado behind these houses. All right, at this point, things get a little bit wacky as I'm trying to reorient. I come to a stop. I'm getting close to this. You can still see some vortices. And so this is where I'm trying to keep the video as steady as possible. You can also see some debris flying. And up ahead, it will cross the road. Notice how windy it is and the wires bouncing overhead. So let me drive a little further north here. All right, and it crosses the road in front of me, and I follow it to the right a little bit. And it's just one of these vortices, but it quickly dissipates. So now I am going to be driving north to observe the damage that just occurred. And it's still pretty windy, so you'll see a branch come down here in just a moment. Yep, and thank gosh I wasn't there a few seconds earlier. That's a pretty big branch. And you can see the tree limb damage on both sides of the road. So again, this is where it gets a little interesting with me holding the camera. I'm trying to keep it as stable as possible. Hopefully you can make out that fairly large tree that is uprooted there in the distance. This is some debris from the houses on the west side of the road. And then up ahead, you're going to see where the debris hit the power lines. I forgot to mention that when it did cross the road, you could actually see some power flashes. I believe it was in this area. And I'm going to wait for this vehicle to get out of the way because the road is impassable up ahead. And when you look ahead, you'll see a telephone pole laying at about a 30-degree angle with some debris attached to it and a basketball base hoop there. On the left, again, this is where I'm turning my car around, so I'm not holding the camera steady. Here's a shed that was demolished. And then that's it. There's actually a wire on the road here too that I drove over, which hopefully is dead. And you can see some of the branches as I come back this way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.